Good morning, Mrs. Smith. I am Melody Messmer, and I am the social worker that has been assigned to work with you. Pleasure to meet you, and thank you for coming in today. I have a few things that we need to go over so that we can get to work and start getting you to where you're meeting some of the goals that you came in to see us for. So first of all, I want to introduce our relationship. So between you and me, we're going to visit and talk about plans and set some goals and do those kinds of things. And everything that you say here is confidential. That is between you and me. I do work under what we call supervision, or a supervisor who helps me with some of the tough stuff. So if we have anything like that come up that I need to speak with my supervisor about, just to get some additional resources or ideas or different ways to help you, that confidentiality would extend to her. So no further than the three of us, okay? We do have basically three situations where I might have to bring in other resources to help us work through any issues that may come up. And I want to make sure that we're really clear on those. If for any reason you were to disclose to me that there was a plan to inflict harm, or you had already inflicted harm on a child, a person that is elderly, or anybody that is otherwise incapacitated and unable to care for themselves and were under your care, and you were to disclose that, we would have to bring in some other folks and have some discussions surrounding those events. The same type of situations would play out if you were to express anything about your intent to harm yourself or intent to harm others. If you were telling me things that you wanted to kill yourself, you didn't want to be here anymore, things like that, we might want to extend our resources so that we could have those discussions and keep yourself safe, and or anyone else that you may be expressing those thoughts and plans regarding. Does that make sense? Very good. All right. And so I want to make sure that you know that your visits here are voluntary. You are not here under court order, so you can come as often as you would like. And if you want to stop at any point in time, you may make that decision as well. Right now, your visits are being covered by ABC Agency. You're being sponsored. So you can continue with all of those. If you'd like to continue past your sponsored visits, I have this piece of paper here that explains our billing processes, how we would work with you or your insurance company, your co-pays, that kind of thing. If you had anything that you needed to pay online, we can assist you in setting up a portal. And if you don't have an ability to pay online, like you don't have a credit card, then we can work through that process as well. And myself and our front desk person can help guide you through that. Okay. And, let me know if you have any questions about any of that. We have a plan right now to be meeting in person. And I love that. I think it's more genuine. If we haven't needed any point in time to go to virtual visits, we do have some additional paperwork, and I can give you a copy of that before you leave so you can read over it, that we would have you sign, just so that you know how our virtual system works and what that looks like as far as video calls. Okay? Great. At any point in time, should anything happen and there would be a need for the court systems to be involved or police to be involved, anything like that, there may be what we call a subpoena of records, and they may ask to see our notes. Our notes are kept pretty general, and so for whatever reason, if a court system needed to subpoena those, that they could, and we would make sure that you're aware of that, and forms would be signed prior to that happening. Does that sound fair? Okay. And because you are here voluntarily, at any point in time, if you want to revoke or stop coming in, you just need to let us know, and we will accommodate that. We do ask that if for any reason you need to cancel an appointment, that you do that 24 hours in advance. Otherwise, you may end up being billed for the visit. Okay? Do you have any questions about any of those items? All right, great. Then let's get going and start working towards some of the goals that you want to achieve.